Hello everybody, and here I am again, this time with my review of Blocks in the East, the Russian campaign 1941 to 1945. It's a block war game for 2 players, but you can also play it solitaire. It's published by Vento Nuovo games, and I got this review copy from the publisher, so I did not pay for it. And I played it for a couple of weeks. I played it solo only, so I cannot really tell you what it feels like playing it with 2 people. And I'm just, those of you who have been following my video logs will know what I've been doing with this game over the last couple of weeks. And I would now like to give you my review. So, the game itself is a block game that spans 4 years, 41 to 45, in the Eastern Campaign. So it's basically the Axis versus the Soviet Union allies troops, and it works as a normal block game in that each block can be turned by steps to show that you know, things have happened to it, that maybe it has been damaged, it has been destroyed, and so on and so forth. And as you are progressing through the game, game turns, the game turns have predetermined events associated with them, bringing in reinforcements, changes in world history, additional allies, maybe somebody surrendering, and so on and so forth, as well as weather conditions that are associated with different times of the campaign, and also different technological advancements. As you go through the game, the Germans and the Russians become more sophisticated in their weaponry. This is reflected by having different technology levels, which then mean that, for example, you hit on a 5 or a 6 or maybe even on a 4, depending on not even on a 4, but basically your hit, your ability to hit is increased. How do I like the game? This is my first modern war game, and it's a block game, and I've never played block games before, so it's a first on 2 counts. And I have to say that I enjoyed it immensely. I think it's a really nice game. I think the way the game is built up, that you can choose very short scenarios that only last 4 game turns and are very simple, to the whole Operation Barbarossa, which takes several years, is very well done. So basically you can go in and say, oh, today I want to play a short game, or you know, maybe I have 2 days in a row and I want to play a long game. And the way the rules are structured, that you have the basic game and you have the advanced game, means that you can add complexity to the game when you feel you're ready for it. Those of you who have been watching my videos know, and I'm just basically, whenever I turn to my left, it's because I don't know what my cats are up to, and I've got Gergovia set up and I don't want them to destroy that. I like being able to choose rules and not have to choose others. So I'm a very eclectic player. If I want added complexity, or if I want more realism, then I may choose to use the weather rules, which are not part of the basic game, but I think it makes perfect sense that if you have winter, then you know there should be consequences, because we all know what happened to the Germans when they were in Russia and the severe winters came on. They were just not prepared. The same goes for the fact that when there's bad weather in the game turn, no planes can take off, which makes perfect sense. So you can choose some rules from the advanced game but not choose others. What I also like is the fact that as you destroy enemy units, you kind of capture them, so you get additional production points which you can then expend during your production phase to rebuild your steps or to bring back completely destroyed units. So I think this is a really good game. The only 2 points that I would criticize are the really beautiful map, and it pains me to say this, the map looks great, but it's very impractical for playing. I have to say that I prefer schematic maps, and I would also prefer if they had numbered the hexes. And this is the second point of criticism from me. The setup isn't really clear. You have a list of units, they're called Army Group South or what have you. Sometimes it's not quite clear what belongs where you have to set up stuff, and if certain particular cities are still part of this area or not. So I would have preferred if they had said, okay, there are the following counters and you set them up in the following hexes, seeing as the setup is always the same at the very beginning. It would have been one chart that they could have added, numbering the hexes and then saying quite clearly which units go where. I had the same issue that everybody else who I've been talking to, whose stuff I've been reading on the web has had with the stickering. The stickering was quite complicated, and there are web-based aids now where you can see basically which stickers go onto which blocks. It took me a while to figure it out. So basically, once you've gotten over the hurdle of stickering, this game is a blast. But for me, it would have been easier and quicker to set up if the setup rules were made clear and if the hexes were numbered. I'm sure that a lot of people will like the really colorful map. I loved looking at it, but when I then played the game, it actually did less for me than I thought it would. But that's just personal preference. So overall, I can recommend this game. There's also Blocks in the West coming out, and I don't know when this is going to come out, but it's going to deal with the West Front, and I'm really looking forward to that too. So talk to you soon. Bye.